Swoosh, just do it. Swoosh, just do it. Swoosh, just do it.
Defense, get through it. See the pass, I threw it. Overshot, I shoot it. Wanna be like Mike? I'm dead to the swoosh. I don't know no brand, all I know is the Nike. To get where you want a life, you gotta take sacrifice. Yeah, even might have to do some things you don't like.
Swoosh, just do it. 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 Swoosh, just do it.
Out of pace with these two teams, Doris. You were the primary ball handler when you played. What was your style?
Well, I think, the style that players want to play in, Kevin, are the fast-paced, open floor styles, which really allows you to showcase, number one, if you're a skilled basketball player. Number two, do you have great athleticism? Is speed your best attribute? To me, a free-flowing, fast-paced, sort of read and react system is the absolute ideal style.
Shot clock at 3. And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here. So it's the Wizards now. Outside, Beal. Here's Wall. And it comes off the front of the rim. Oubre, no one around him. No good on the shot. And the Wizards now going the other way. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Well, Bradley Beal increasingly becoming a dangerous playmaker. What a pretty pass.
Oubre outside. Pass to Levine. Back to Jackson. Shot clock at 5. Here's Oubre. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Now that's the lefty stroke of Oubre, right? He can hit from mid-range right on out to deep three-point range.
Now here's Beal. From outside, off the mark. Morant with it. Now Beal defending. Pass to Jackson. Oubre outside. The long distance 3 is barreled. Oubre's got 5 now.
I'll tell you, Kelly Oubre Jr. has paid a price to expand his range over time.
It's Wall with the drive. Hachimura. And good, coming off the assist by Wall.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Here's Morant. Outside for Jackson. To the right side. Tries yet again. And that one's good, Morant.
An awesome rebounder at that position. The energy level Morant puts forth on the glass is tremendous.
Now here's Wall. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. Now Morant. Outside Levine. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
Zach LaVine's athleticism and high release point make it very difficult to contest shots.
Beal taking his time here. 6 on the shot clock. To the paint. Stolen by Levine. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Memphis shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Now here's Wall. To the middle. Pass to Wagner. Another shot. The Grizzlies pull it in.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
Here's Morant. From past the arc. Wall grabs the board.
And purely from a physical standpoint, John Morant has it all. The height, the long arms, the frame to put on more weight. And few players are more explosive athletically. And with the pace of today's game, transition defense is at a premium.
I don't think anyone was catching him on that play. That is unbelievable.
And with Morant, you not only get the physical attributes, Greg, you get the mental toughness and awareness.
Yeah, this kid loves to compete. The bigger the game, the bigger he plays. I think we're looking at a potential all-NBA performer when it's all said and done.
And glad to see John Wall back out there after fighting back from his Achilles injury he suffered in early 2019.
And obviously, Kevin, an Achilles injury is very worrisome for any athlete, but particularly one like John Wall, whose speed is a major part of his game. But boy, he looks good out there, and you hope he avoids any more injuries the rest of his career.
That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And the instincts there from Hachimura. Notice the overcommitment by the defense and then makes the right pass.
On the wing, Levine. That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the 3. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot.
And so he makes both from the line. And it's Wall with the ball for the Washington Wizards. They trail by 6. Pass to Hachimura. From the arc. And again, Washington with the triple.
Oh, the spot-up opportunity, right? A nice confidence booster for John Wall.
Here's Morant. Second shot opportunity. Rebound, Washington.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Now here's Morant. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game. And another miss by Memphis. Here's Washington now. Brown. And the rejection by Jackson. And such a nice move to make the basket work. 6 points for him.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
Baseline jumper. Count that bucket.
Now, this guy plays with such confidence and an ability to score in a variety of ways. Nice.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. Doris, there are these players whose wingspan exceed their height by 6 inches or more. They're called +6s, kind of a new term. Talk about that with the scouts look into those numbers.
Well, one of the things you like to have in a defensive player is length and versatility along with that length. So guys who maybe their size lists them at one thing, but that length enables them to guard a little bit differently. Guys like Kawhi Leonard, Draymond Green, Montrezl Harrell, all of those guys might be listed a certain size, Kevin, but boy, their length is problematic and makes them such exceptional defensive players.
Poked loose. And here we go with Anthony running it up the court. Throws up. And he dunks it down.
And that's up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
Nailed from three-point land. And the Grizzlies lead by 2.
And have to commend the unselfish attitude. Like how Morant just recognized the open man and the ball is right there. And this game already taking shape as an offensive battle.
Well, the fans love it. Coaches may not like the lack of defense, but boy, the rules promote scoring, no doubt.
Pass to Beal. Tries again. And so the ball out of bounds. Beal touched it last. And the Grizzlies leading by 4. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
It's Anthony with the drive. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on Jaren Jackson. For Washington, they have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line.
And collectively, they're only about 73% as a unit right now.
He's off on the second. Memphis with the ball. 3-point lead. Takes a 3.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
The Wizards with another miss.
It's almost as if there's a lid on the hoop for him right now. He still hasn't gotten one to fall in the quarter. Ooh. Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Pass to Hachimura. The 10-footer. That one good for 2. Hachimura's got his second bucket tonight.
You have to push Hachimura out of there if you're the defense. He's a real problem on the interior.
A second chance effort. Doesn't go that time. And the Wizards now going the other way. It's Anthony with the drive. It's deflected.
Well, you see the insane vertical, the long arms. Morant impacts every aspect of the game.
Now here's Anthony. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Beal can't get it to go.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Here's Anthony. And the layup is good.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Here's Morant. Banked in off the glass. Morant's got his third basket of the night right there.
Oh, great ball movement there.
It's Anthony with the drive. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Well, everyone's seeking those high percentage looks in the restricted area. Nicely done there.
And Wagner pulls it down.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Buries it from three-point range. And now just a 2-point Grizzly lead. Now here's Morant. He has 6. Left side Jackson. And Wagner pulls it down. Here's Washington now. Here's Anthony. Goes back up. And another shot. Beal from long range. That one's off to a rough 0 for 6 start for him.
Tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
Yeah, easy call.
The Grizzlies shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Here's Wall. They get it back. The shot by Bryant, no good.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
We come back right after this. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And taking a look at the Grizzlies' performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
I love the determination. They want to go after every rebound out there and overwhelming to the opposition right now.
So timeout called here, but first for Washington. Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the basement.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
Remember it very well.
Incredible. This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
Oubre on the wing. Here's Levine. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Levine's got 5 points so far.
Well, Levine is a scorer, plain and simple. It matters not inside, outside, he's got it all.
It's Beal on the wing. Beal can't get that one to fall.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
On the wing, Levine. The tray. And no good that time. Now the Wizards take it the other way.
Boy, he hasn't found the range yet here in the second period. Only 1 triple for him tonight.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Here's Ramsey. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. For Memphis, they have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6. He doesn't get the second one. Wizards trailed by 4. Got a hand on it. Here's Levine. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Well, you just watch Levine play, and you can see the athleticism he possesses. Greg just explodes anytime he wants to.
And guys, with Levine, the speed and first step have always been there for him. But you can see the strength he's added to his game since his rookie year whenever he goes at the rim.
Pass to Beal. Outside, Wall. Bryant trying to free himself up. And John Wall good for 3. He's got 9.
That's just a healthy-looking deep ball from John Wall. He has really developed his stroke from there through the course of his career.
Oubre on the wing. And that one's on target from the wing. Oubre's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Look at how confident Kelly Oubre is in the catch and shoot. You know why? Because he worked at it.
And here's Brown outside. Here's Wall. Second chance shot. Nice ball movement by Washington. And that's a foul called on Bradley Beal. That's his first foul. And the Grizzlies leading by 5. Here's Ramsey. Lays it up and banks it in.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Washington calls timeout.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
It's tough to hide your communications. Teams go to great lengths to try to do it, but sometimes to no avail.
Here's Anthony. 8 points for him. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Pass to Brown. Fires from the wing. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. And the Grizzlies leading by 5. Oubre outside. Off target from 3-point range.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, Jaren Jackson Jr. is the son of an NBA player. And I'm so old, I covered his dad in college. Growing up, his parents let him find his passion, but the game was always in his genes. Jackson Jr. said, "I've always prided myself on being more than just a basketball player, but I can't deny my laser focus on the sport." Kevin, he's following in his father's footsteps, but looking to create his own legacy.
Terrific mentor, but he's just getting started, David. Thank you.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. Doris, you graduated as your college's all-time assist leader. Talk about some of the key traits of a great playmaker.
I think historically speaking, when we think about great lead guards, Kevin, we talk about unselfishness, vision, patience. Who are the players that make their teammates better? Probably the one underrated aspect of a point guard to me, Kevin, is communication. Are you constantly looking for opportunities to communicate to your teammates, make them feel good about themselves, give them confidence? That, to me, is probably the most underrated aspect of it.
And Doris, when you played, you took such great pride in each and every one of those things.
I did. I love trying to make my teammates better. It feels great to make somebody feel good.
And Memphis making a change here. And the Grizzlies leading by 3. And Thomas Bryant gets the whistle that time. That's his third foul of the game.
Boy, now you have to think about pulling him. 3 fouls already in this half. A fourth would be inexcusable.
And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And he's a pure point guard with terrific vision. Conley finds open takes at times before they realize they're open.
The Grizzlies have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here. Outside for Beal. Beyond the arc. Pass to Bryant. Clock at 6. Outside for Beal. Goes up again. And a nice shot by Bryant.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Anthony drives in. Yes, that goes in. Anthony's got 10 points. And the Grizzlies leading by 3. It's stolen by Bryant. Down low. Off with the layup. These guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assistant.
And when everyone's involved offensively, it has a way of helping you on the defensive side as well.
And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. Apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. And finish off by Bryant.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Control the offensive glass.
And that's so demoralizing to your opponent. To play great defense and have the possession end that way, that's tough to take.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. The Wizards shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. And the first one drops.
And guys, this is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line. Perfect this quarter.
Wizards making a switch here. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Memphis leading. To the inside. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. The Grizzlies have attempted 11 free throws today and converted 8 of them.
2 shots.
That free throw, no good.
And they've had their difficulties from the line here in the second. Could extend their lead if they just make some more free throws.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ja Morant. That's his first foul. And the Wizards with possession. It's a 3-point game. Here's Beal. Good on the 13-footer. Beal's got 8.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Now here's Levine. He's got 7. And he uses the glass on the layup. 19 points in the game.
What a great shooting performance. His percentage is outstanding.
Washington calls timeout.
And they're picking up a lot of fouls already in the penalty. Not a good sign. They need to focus on moving their feet and maintaining a good defensive position.
Here's Wall. 9 points in the game so far. Here's Hachimura. Beal trying to break loose. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
He's starting to develop that range. Maybe the stroke isn't perfect, but Oubre showing promise.
Now here's Beal. He's got 8. Over Levine. Beal can't get it to go.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now, because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
Inside. And it's in there. Beal's got 10 points in the quarter.
What I love about Bradley Beal is he is an effective, efficient scorer. He always takes quality shots.
Kick out to Levine. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
Outside, Wall. And it's Beal in the corner. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. And the Grizzlies leading by 7.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another beforehand.
For Memphis, they have gone 9 of 13 from the line.
And he's letting a lot of points get away at the free throw line tonight. It's got to be frustrating to have all that hard work not pay off. Yeah, and that 3-point shot, it really has looked awful here in the second quarter. It hasn't stopped him from attempting them, but it's time to maybe find something else to do. I'll tell you, right now, these guys cannot be stopped.
Boy, it looks like their confidence is at an all-time high, just feeding off each other right now.
He lobs it up.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Pass to Wagner. Fast break, here we go. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Here's Hachimura. It's blocked. They get it back. The Wizards working the ball around now. Clock at 4. They need this. Here's Wagner. They shoot again. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Memphis leading by 11. Pass to Jackson. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. 1:16 left to play here in the second quarter. The Wizards have made 2/3 of their free throws tonight. 6 of 9 to be exact. That's good from Wall.
From the moment he stepped into the NBA from the University of Kentucky, John Wall has been hungry and motivated to prove he belongs listed with the top players in the game.
Second free throw, no good. And there are a lot of reasons why Cousins is such a dominant force on the floor. You rarely see his combination of size and skill duels.
No question. This is a big man who has got incredible vision, great passing touch, great shooting touch. You think about it. This is a man who is impossible to move off his path because of his strength. So the combination of those two things is truly extraordinary.
Good work defensively by Bryant.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
That boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes, what a big-time asset defensively. Well, that's just inconsistency from him, and it's happened all night. It hasn't helped their cause.
Yep, that one goes.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Right side Wall. Good, and it's Beal picking up the assist. And it's 13 points for John Wall. From deep. Bangs home the trifecta. And the Grizzlies lead by 14.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Grizzlies lead by 14. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be, and it probably has to happen quickly. To the inside. It's tipped. And so it looks like the Wizards will retain possession here.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Absolutely appreciate the effort, though. He really went after it. So close.
And a nice shot by Bryant.
Well, you love the persistence on the offensive glass. All about effort right now.
The shot, no good. Wall with some nice defense. And Zach LaVine gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. The Grizzlies making a switch here. Left side, Bryant. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it. And the Grizzlies leading by 12. Now here's Morant. To the left side wing. Back to Oubre. Fires from deep. Wall with some nice D. Morant with the steal. 18 feet out. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from. If you want to command the defenders.
On defense, the Grizzlies. Pass to Hachimura. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Oubre on the wing. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. Oubre's got 15.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
And so many teams now look to establish the perimeter to set up everything else.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight.
They get the rebound, and he jams it with authority.
There it is, guys. One of those effort plays that makes big difference in the game.
And GA, it is definitely making a difference so far today.
No doubt. On the scoreboard, in the body language of the players, you can tell which team is in complete command.
Wall with it. 16 points for him. There's Brown with the three. Oubre pulls it in.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Let's remember, Zach LaVine is a former dunk contest winner. Allow him to get that position and turn the lights out.
Outside, Wall. And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession. Here's Morant. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. Pass to LaVine. In the corner, it's Oubre. From outside the arc. Doesn't go for him. Nice D from Wall. To the middle. Here's Hachimura. Off target at the rim.
Pressured that shot by getting a hand up just as good as a block.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact. And no surprise here, right? This guy is not only a gifted player, but he is so smart on the offensive end.
Back to Brown. Here's Wall. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Wall's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, offensively, this guy has been cooking. They're definitely not losing because of him.
Jackson misses.
Well, when you've been struggling as he has, you love that your teammates have really stepped up and taken the challenge.
Doris, in 2004, the Charlotte Bobcats became the NBA's 30th team. When do you think we're going to see another team added, whether it's an expansion or even multiple expansions to it?
Well, let's go directly to the most important source, and that's Commissioner Adam Silver, who has said that expansion is inevitable, but right now, not a huge priority. So, you know, listen, we've heard Seattle is on the short list of cities that wants to get a team, and what a great city, what a great NBA fan base. I hope someday we get back to Seattle.
So much history up there. You're correct.
And sometimes from the outside, not always clear what led a coach to call for a timeout.
And as you know, it's what comes after that gives you some sense of what has changed.
And the Grizzlies leading by 14. Memphis moving it around. Sinks that one from the post.
Boy, that's a backbreaker. Takes it right into the rim and extends their lead.
You want to make sure your opponent knows they have absolutely zero chance of a comeback, and nice finish by him.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
And no doubt, Coach wants them to shore up their interior defense.
I think right now they're giving up way too many easy looks. That is a recipe for disaster.
Wizards trailed by 16. Outside Anthony. Beal from long range. Rebounded by Kaminsky.
Listen, that's a look he can hit, but right now he can't throw it in the ocean.
Down low. A steal. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. It's tipped. To the paint. Deflects the pass. And so the ball out of bounds. Beal touched it last. It's Curry outside. Rebound, Washington.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
ground. Good.
Well, known for being a terrific passer, he shows you right there. Case in point.
Pass to Kaminsky. Outside Conley. Puts one up from 19. And the bank shot is good. And it's Anthony with the ball for the Washington Wizards. They trail by 16. Here's Hachimura. There's Beal with the three. And the three ball is good. Beal's got 13.
Well, this is what you love about Bradley Beal. He doesn't have to dominate the basketball. Just get him a shot in the flow of the offense.
And that's a foul called on Bradley Beal. That'll be his second foul of the game. Conley with a wide open look. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. To the wing right side. Here's Hachimura. They get a hand on it. Here's Kaminsky. And that one drops for him. And the Grizzlies lead by 15.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
The shot. Again, the Wizards score.
Come on, this guy's a gifted shooter, and Beal can space the floor with the best of them.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
And the Grizzlies leading by 13. Here's Morant. And finished off by Morant.
You got to close off those avenues to Morant. Once he gets in one, he is focused on dropping the hammer.
Outside Anthony. Pass to Hachimura. And it was still over the rim. Offensive basket interference. Memphis with the ball. They led by as many as 18 points. Their next game is at the Rockets Arena in Houston for a game with the Rockets. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Pass to Anthony. Out to the wing. Here's the teardrop. Offensive rebound. There's Beal with the three. Nice D from Levine. Memphis leading by 17. From downtown. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals. 5 for 8 in the game.
Well, the advantage they have right now is largely based on his play. What an outstanding night.
Wizards passing it around. Pass to Wagner. Outside Beal. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Beal's got 18 points in the game.
When he first came into the NBA, many thought Bradley Beal would be a mostly catch-and-shoot shooting guard. But this guy is proven he can definitely shoot, but there's so much more to his game. He can create for others. He can get himself off on the bounce. He is a terrific all-around guy now.
No good there off the double clutch.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Elite athleticism. Levine able to go up, take the hit, and convert.
And with Beal doors, he's been more aggressive at attacking the rim.
And Kevin, it's worked out for him because he's gotten to the line more, and that allows you to become a consistent scoring presence, where the dynamic nature of Beal's offensive game has really elevated.
Anthony's shot is off.
And this is what dominating the glass looks like. He just cannot be contained.
Wow, what a performance. And he's not just winning with physical ability, he's winning with anticipation.
Here's Levine. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Levine's got 20.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting dots from close range.
Morant with the steal. Here's Jackson. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Both teams deciding to change it up. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And here's Wall. He's got 18. No good, unable to end this run.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Levine for 3. Drains the three-pointer. Levine's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Grizzlies. Pass to Brown. Now Beal. Over Levine. Beal can't get it to go.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires it up. And it's Morant missing. And so Brown will bring it up for the Washington Wizards. And the rejection by Jackson. Here's LeBron.
Such a big-time athlete. Levine makes the hardest moves look easy.
They've been looking out of sorts in the last few possessions.
And this is when you need to be patient. Find a high percentage shot and have some floor balance.
Bryant with it. Guarded now by DeMarcus Cousins. Beal from long range. They get it again.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that, gents, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Morant with a wide-open look. Again, Memphis.
Boy, it seems like every shot he puts up, it's going in. This guy is hot, hot.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Wall's shot is off. Now Morant. 12 points for him. Pass to Jackson. Morant with it. And it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way.
That looks like a lack of focus. You've got to question what he was trying to accomplish there.
And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies with a massive lead of 30 points here at the end of the quarter. And it's been their... And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened.
My house is full of supermodels just like Muhammad Hadid. I take it serious. My comic relief. I find it funny.
And here are the Grizzlies. Hiring college basketball coaches has been kind of hit or miss, Doris. Why do you think that's so?
Well, obviously, coaching in college and coaching in the NBA are drastically different things. As a college coach, you've got to be concerned about the eligibility of your young men. You've got to be recruiting the next crop, even while you're coaching your current group and your current roster. In the NBA, you get to focus exclusively on coaching. You're not talking about recruiting. You're not having to deal with anything other than grown men who have a desire for greatness in the NBA. And I think so much of it doesn't necessarily mean success or failure, whether you come from college or not. Success in the NBA is a multifaceted proposition. So I don't necessarily define it as, oh, this guy came from college, this guy came from the European leagues, this guy has been an NBA assistant. So many things go into it, Kev.
And so it's Memphis. High post Cousins. To the wing on the left. Just 5 to shoot. Whoops, they pick off the pass. Here's Bryant. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
What an effective, efficient offensive possession. They'd love to get that shot every trip down the floor.
And it's the Grizzlies with the ball. Pass to Morant. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Of course, here's something kind of interesting. There's been a lot of talk about moving the draft to after free agency. What would that look like?
Well, I think talent is always going to be at a premium. So I would think if there's a guy that's the absolute definitive #1 pick, he's going #1 regardless of roster construction. But the reality is it might help those teams who maybe if they know who's on the roster, it might change the kind of draft selection they would make. So it's an interesting supposition. We'll see if the NBA moves in that direction.
5 to shoot. There's the steal. Here we go, one-on-one. It's good.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Wizards will retain possession.
Wizards ball.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. 4 on the clock. Shot from 12. Goes up again. And here's Wall outside.
And superb job by Morant there, making sure to contest without fouling. That's how you play defense.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Morant's got 10 points in just the second half.
What an effort to get the tip in, just wanting it a little bit more.
Launches it. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Man, that's sure got to be a load off his mind after not hitting a single three-pointer in that first half.
Pass to Jackson. Here's Wall. It's deflected. And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here. And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Back to Anthony. And he banks in the layup.
I'll tell you, you allow him to get to a spot, and it's over, right? Defense unable to even challenge the shot.
Drains it from beyond the arc.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Over in the corner, Brown. Off target with his three. Here's Morant. Misses the three. And the Wizards with possession. Anthony on the wing. The Wizards working the ball around now. And here's Brown outside. Doris, when you look at draft eligibility requirements, it is a very fluid topic with a lot of different ways it could go, a lot of moving parts. Where do you stand?
I'll tell you the truth, Kevin. I'm conflicted about this because I believe there is real value to the college experience. There's high-level coaching across the game at the collegiate level, but I also believe that young men who have talent should be able to, when they are eligible, decide when they want to become professionals. So, listen, I'm sort of in the middle. There are legitimate arguments to be had for both sides. What I hope, regardless, is we get the best players in the league, and that's certainly going to happen whenever it happens.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Grizzlies. Pass to Morant. 6 to shoot. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. It's a hand on it. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. He's got 19.
And one of the stories of the second half has been all of those second chance points. I mean, they have been terrific on the offensive backboard.
Beal from long range. Wagner. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Pass to Morant. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
And I think they count on him for that, Greg. He is a tone setter, extremely unselfish.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. Of course, you and I were just talking about something Commissioner Silver said the other day about a proposed mid-season tournament. What do you think?
Well, I certainly think if they do move to a mid-season tournament, it's going to have real value for it to matter. To get the fans engaged, something has to be on the line. So, number one, you're going to have 2 goals. Instead of 1 championship, maybe you want to win that mid-season tournament too.
Cousins with the bounce pass. Out to Conley. Curry on the wing. That shot missing. And the Wizards now going the other way. Oubre outside. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Outside Conley. Just his first attempt. And Cousins gets it to go.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Pass to Beal. They could use a bucket. Oubre pulls it in. And here is Conley. It's stolen by Wall. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Goes up the baseline. Washington with the rebound. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Beal can't get it to go.
I don't know if he's tired or what, but he is definitely holding back a little bit, and he has to step his game up right now.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Stolen by Conley. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Releases. Oubre can't get it to go. Here's Washington now. Pass to Beal. Good on the 3-point shot. Beal's got 11 points here in just the second half.
Now this is more like it. 9 points formed from 3-point range this half. That's 9 more than he had in the first.
Count that one.
How good is that pass from John Wall? My man doing some work right now.
Cousins. The layup off target.
And his defense so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort. You see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down. Well, after hitting 1 triple in the first half, it's been all radio silence since.
And here's Conley outside. And no good. And the Wizards now going the other way. And Wall. Here we go now. And the slam dunk by Wall.
What a play by Wall. It's going to take more than that to slow him down.
Doris, when you look at the success of international players, and the league has a litany of very good international players, Doncic being the latest successful, is the perception changing about these kids when they come from overseas and play in the NBA?
Well, one of the greatest, and to me, the greatest international player of all time, Dirk Nowitzki, a Hall of Fame player, probably changed the perception to start with. Now, listen, over the years, Luka is going to have perhaps a Hall of Fame career if he stays healthy. The reality is this. The NBA is looking for the best players to man those 15 roster spots of the 30 NBA teams. It doesn't matter where you're from, what the color of your skin is. If you can play the game of basketball and play it at the highest level, the NBA wants you to be a part of their league.
Pass to Hachimura. 5 on the clock. Washington needs to get a shot off here. Just couldn't take the lid off. They had their chances, but came up empty. Here's Levine. Morant with it. He's covered by Beal. And it's Morant missing. And so it's Wall. He brings it up for the Washington Wizards. First one falls for him.
Taking 2 shots.
Good on both. Doris, basketball continues to gain in popularity around the world, doesn't it? It's amazing to me.
It does. Adam Silver, the commissioner, has said, I believe we can be the #1 spot in the world. Obviously, they'd have to overcome the soccer, and that's popularity. But think about this, Kevin, how inclusive a game basketball is. And the love spans across gender, race, ethnicity, religious affiliation. And the best part about the game of basketball is this, Kevin. When you're growing up and trying to get better, you need a ball, you need a hoop, and you need you, and you don't need anything else.
That is so well said. And that one drops.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Grizzlies.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
Convincing lead with very little time remaining, and the fans are pumped.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt, GA. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
And Thomas Bryant gets the whistle that time. That will be foul number 5 on him. Here's Morant. There's 25 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Just 5 on the clock. Launches a 3. Washington with the rebound. Here's Wall. And the rejection by Jackson. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. Here's Hachimura. Offline. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well.